Have you ever walked into a room and felt a chill, an unexplainable presence, a feeling that you are not alone? Welcome, dear listeners, as we unravel a tale that isn't just a story but a chilling reality for some. We've all heard of haunted houses, but have you ever heard of a haunted pub? Our focus today is the Tyler's Kiln pub, a quaint establishment that holds more than just beer and history. Today we delve into the chilling tales of the Tyler's Kiln pub, a place where the past lingers in the present. Nestled in the heart of Canterbury, England, the Tyler's Kiln pub dates back to the 16th century. Constructed during the Tudor period, it was originally used as a kiln for the production of Tyler tiles, hence its unique name. Over the centuries, the building has worn many hats, serving as a farmhouse, an inn, and finally a charming pub. Its thick oak beams and rustic stone walls have seen countless significant events. The pub bore witness to the tumultuous English Civil War, the Great Fire of London, and the two World Wars. Each era left an indelible mark, transforming the Tyler's Kiln into a living chronicle of England's past. Moreover, it's said that the pub also played host to some notorious patrons, including smugglers and highwaymen. Their tales, intertwined with the pub's history, add a touch of mystery and intrigue. With such a long and varied history, it's not surprising that the pub is home to a few lingering spirits. The first reports of strange occurrences at the Tyler's Kiln date back to the late 1800s. In those early days, the pub was already a well-established gathering place, its history seeping into the very fabric of its walls. It was during that time that whispers of the unusual began to circulate. Patrons began to recount stories, each more peculiar than the last. One of the first recorded incidents involved a woman named Martha. A regular at the pub, she claimed to have sighted an apparition in the ladies' room. This was not a fleeting glimpse, but a full-bodied figure, seemingly as real as any living patron. Martha described the figure as a woman, adorned in a dress that was out of fashion even for the late 1800s. She was said to be wringing her hands, an expression of deep sorrow etched onto her face. Even more disconcerting were the unexplainable sounds, the clatter of glasses when no one was near, the soft whispering voices in an empty room, the sound of footsteps echoing through the halls when the pub was closed for the night. Each sound, each echo seemed to breathe life into the growing belief that the Tyler's Kiln was not solely the domain of the living. And then there were the objects that moved on their own. Glasses sliding across tables, doors swinging open without a breeze, chairs rocking back and forth with no one seated. These incidents were not rare, isolated events, but became an almost daily occurrence, adding to the eerie ambience that the pub was gaining a reputation for. Each of these incidents was recorded meticulously, documented with a combination of fascination and apprehension. This was not a tale told in hushed whispers in the dead of night, but a narrative that unfolded in the light of day, in the heart of a bustling pub. As the years passed, these incidents only seemed to grow in number and intensity. The Tyler's Kiln, it seemed, was not just a local watering hole, but a crossroads where the past and the present seemed to intertwine in the most ghostly of ways. Fast forward to the present day, and the pub's supernatural residents show no signs of leaving. The Tyler's Kiln pub, while still a hub for locals and tourists alike, has become more than just a watering hole. It's an enigma, a place where the line between the living and the dead seems to blur. The pub's staff, while no strangers to the spectral patrons, have their own tales to share. The barmaid, a no-nonsense woman who's been serving pints for over a decade, often speaks of the quiet whisperings she hears when closing up for the night. It's as if the spirits themselves are engaging in their own hushed conversations, long after the last of the living patrons have left. Then there's the story of the night watchman, a skeptic turned believer. He's reported seeing a spectral figure in the wee hours, a figure that vanishes as quickly as it appears. He's been working at the pub for only 2 years, but already his skepticism has been replaced with a healthy respect for the unknown. Customers, too, have had their fair share of eerie encounters. There's the tale of a regular who felt a sudden chill, a coldness that seemed to seep into his bones. When he turned around, he saw an empty chair rocking gently, as if someone had just vacated it. Another recounts the sensation of being watched, of feeling a presence hovering just out of sight. It's an unsettling feeling that lingers long after they've left the pub. These are just a handful of the chilling accounts from the Tyler's Kiln pub. Each story adds a new layer to the pub's haunted history, a history that continues to unfold with each passing day. The supernatural residents of the pub may not be seen, but their presence is undeniably felt. The chill in the air, the whispers in the silence, the feeling of being watched. These are the signs that you're never truly alone at the Tyler's Kiln pub. These tales, both old and new, have woven a tapestry of mystery around the Tyler's Kiln pub, making it a beacon for ghost story enthusiasts. From its 16th century roots to the present day, the Tyler's Kiln pub has been a stage for the inexplicable. Throughout our journey into the mysterious world of this ancient pub, we've encountered tales of unexplained occurrences that have fascinated, puzzled, and at times chilled us to the bone. From the beginning, the pub's rich history has been entwined with the supernatural. The first reported hauntings date back to the early days of the pub, setting the stage for centuries of spectral encounters. Over time, these ghostly phenomena have evolved, each incident adding another layer to the pub's eerie lore. We've heard about the chilling footsteps echoing through empty rooms, the sudden drops in temperature, the inexplicable movement of objects, and the spectral figures seen wandering through the pub after dark. Each account unique in its own right, yet all interconnected through the venue that is Tyler's Kiln pub. We've also delved into the variety of experiences reported by patrons and staff alike. From fleeting glimpses of ghostly apparitions to extended encounters that have left a lasting impression, the experiences at Tyler's Kiln pub are as diverse as they are uncanny. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, one thing is certain: the Tyler's Kiln pub is a place where the past refuses to be forgotten.